guys, welcome back to our channel. So today I have a special guest. I have the hubby on for this video today.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
This is the first video that you're in.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Pretty excited to see how this turns out.
I asked on my TikTok some questions for us to answer, just kind of like about us and just, I don't know, just random questions. So we're gonna answer those and we'll both answer them. Okay, let's see.
Let's see
Just
which
pick a
one's
random
up.
one. How long have we been together?
We have been together for almost 5 years. Yeah, well, it's like 4.5 years. Yeah, together 4.5 years, married almost 2.
Almost 2 years we were married. We got married October 23rd of 2021 and we started dating February 17th of like 2019.
Yeah,
it was 2019.
Yeah, something like that.
Because I had just I would like turn 19 like a couple of months later.
And I was always into
like
the
4
older
months
women.
later.
Yeah, I was always into the older women, so you're already out of high school, so
True.
Good stuff.
Are we married?
Yes, we are married. Little dink.
What's our love story?
2 sides to it.
Well, I guess,
go first?
Yeah, okay, so I had a boyfriend at the time and I was a competitive cheerleader. So I cheered at a gym and I had seen him one time because they would hold stunt classes. So boys from like the nearby high schools would come, like if they were on the cheer team, they could come and stunt with the girls who cheered at the gym because they were usually like very tiny little like 10-year-olds. So they would just get to like throw them around. So I had seen him one day and I was like, oh, he's cute. I was like, but I have a boyfriend, obviously, like I'm not looking for anybody, but I noticed him and I told my friend that I thought he was cute. And I guess he had noticed me too. And then one day I was leaving practice. We had just had a pizza party. So I'm like going home, it's like 9:30 and I'm carrying my pizza and he just randomly comes up to me and was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know you're fine as hell. And I was like, holding my pizza and I was like, okay, thank you. And I like walked away. I was like, I had a boyfriend, like I didn't know what I was supposed to say. And yeah. And then I ended up finding him on Snapchat and we like texted for a little bit, nothing like crazy. But then it kind of just helped me.
Everyone's gonna think that you're just out there cheating, bro.
I wasn't cheating, but we were just talking as like friends, so we both did cheer, and it kind of just helped me realize that the relationship that I was in was not for me, and it was not going well. So I was like, why would I be with somebody that I don't like, whatever.
Yeah, no, I think for me it was, I remember seeing her for the very first time I showed up with my boys, and I just saw her. She was wearing this like tight little like all hot pink thing, and I was like, ooh, that looks nice. And she was blonde. I was honestly never really into blondes. I was always into like brunettes, but then she just kind of like stood out, and I was like, okay, I think that's pretty. She's good looking. So I told one of my buddies, I was like, hey, I think she's pretty attractive, and then he literally was the one that like kind of, he was like, go do it, go do it.
That friend was actually on my cheer team.
Yeah.
So he was like, well, come on, like go talk to her.
He told me, he's like, go talk to her, and I was like, okay. And this was probably like 2 or 3 weeks after I had initially seen her, and so I walked over to her, and like me trying to like act all cool and like laid back or whatever, I was like, hey girl, I just want to let you know you're fine as hell. And I was like, like as soon as I said that,
you could have been like, hey, what's your name?
I know, but the thing is, like, one of those like drop the mic scenes.
And
so it's like,
off.
I said that and instantly I wish I wouldn't have said that. I wish it would have been something a little bit more like
nice
and
not as like
I don't know, like kind of like
player-ish.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, yeah.
But I said it and I dropped the mic and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna step away from here. Which in reality, she's the one that walked away, and I was just kind of like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I was very nervous.
Guess who found me on Snap later? She did.
I had to figure out who he was. And I was like, well, he had enough balls to say that.
Hey, it worked out in my favor. I joined cheer, not for the fame. I joined to get the ladies, and I think I got the best one.
Yeah, you did. Here's a like question, not question, but how did you bag such a baddie?
How did I bag such a baddie?
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, was a little bit better looking in the past. Definitely didn't pick up the fork as much as I do now. But no, nevertheless, I think whenever it comes to like dating in general, I think like who you are as a person, like showing your true colors and just kind of being pretty upfront with people, even whenever you feel like somebody's like way out of your league, I think that helps out tremendously. For sure, she was definitely like up there, like A-class tier type of baggage that I got. So Yeah, no, I just think it was mostly like my personality, I guess, is sold. I don't know.
Well, kind of, because your personality still wasn't also like the most mature at the beginning, so that kind of sucked because you were still like trying to be cool all the time, and I was like, no,
Yeah.
we don't do that over here, okay?
No, that's true. But hey, it's high school though.
I see through you.
Yeah, but that's high school though. You know,
Yeah.
everybody just tries to act all cool. But hey, it worked out in my favor.
What made it? Well, I guess why did we want to have a baby young?
Answer your side.
Yeah, you answer your side first.
So initially, like for me, having a kid was never like really one of those things that I wanted to do early in my life. Personally, like I always thought that I was gonna have kids, like whenever I was like in my late 20s, like early 30s, just because I wanted to kind of like develop my career and kind of do me and figure myself out. But I don't know, like I think me and Addie had like a pretty serious conversation like right before we got married, and we just kind of like talked a lot about like what we were looking for in like a forever spouse. And we just kind of got brought up about family, and I think the way she talked about it and the like enthusiasm that she had behind her, I knew that she was going to help me like not only mold as a man but also as a father. So I think that's what kind of gave me the courage to be like, okay, you know what,
Do it a little bit younger.
yeah,
than
we can
what
figure it out. You know, I trust the person that I'm with, that she's going to pick up the slack whenever I'm not doing it, and then she's going to teach me how to be, an exceptional father.
Yep. For me, I kind of always just assumed I was gonna be a mom. I never really like went about like my childhood life thinking like a specific age, but I just knew that like it was probably gonna be like one of the very first things that I did, or just I always assumed like, okay, you'll grow up, you'll get married, and then you have a baby. And I was like always obsessed with babies. Like anytime my friends had siblings, like I was like always wanting to like be around them and like not really like go and play games or go play video games or do whatever. Like I was like, how about we play with your sister? Like, and I would always carry my
So
baby,
cringy.
my baby
So
dolls
cringy.
around. And I just was like always drawn to like kids and babies. I just thought they were cute, and I knew that like I was gonna be a mom one day. And I just was obviously like, well, obviously that comes with like finding somebody. So once I find somebody and like I love them and I think they're the right person,
I would say you love me. You love me.
and like we get married, then obviously like why not have a baby? I was like, I kind of assumed that I would, or I guess I would have hoped that I would have found somebody at like a younger age, and I did obviously. So yeah, I kind of always hoped that it would have worked out, like me being a little bit younger, because I knew like, okay, well obviously like I have to find somebody and we're gonna be married first. So I don't know.
No.
It happened that we happened to get married at 21 and then have a baby at 22. So it's not like young, but it's also
I think for like
It's
now,
young.
yeah, I think like for nowadays, it's kind of like becoming more norm to have like kids
Yeah.
younger, but still, I think like 21, 22, like having a kid, I think that's
Pretty-
like
yeah.
that's pretty young.
Was baby number one planned?
Yes, he was.
He was.
He's a little. I wouldn't call him like a rainbow baby, but
I mean, kinda. We literally started trying like right after we got married.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and I ended up getting not pregnant the first time, but the second time I got a bunch of positives for like multiple days. But then I started noticing, like, I was like, well, they're not getting darker. I was like, I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be getting like consistently darker, and it was like worrying me. So obviously, like I was Googling like crazy, like what's wrong, and it was kind of bringing up like chemical pregnancy and stuff. Basically, like the egg just doesn't fully attach itself, so like your levels rise a little bit, but never like obviously all the way to grow a baby, because it never fully attaches itself. So technically there was like an egg fertilized, but it never turned into a baby, and so I ended up just like having my cycle, like my next cycle, like the normal time. So it would have been a baby, but it wasn't. So, and then we got pregnant the fourth time, and that's how we have little Gabriel.
yeah, little baby Z.
What made you choose the name for baby number one? I guess it was me.
Yeah, it was definitely your journey.
So, about a year and a half into us dating, and I feel like a lot of girls that go through this, like you start having like a random period in your life, and I don't know if it's like, just what's the word? Not natural, like it just nature. It's just what happens to girls. Like you start having like pregnancy dreams, or just like weird, like I don't know, vivid dreams of like babies or being pregnant. And so like I was having a lot of those, and it was like really weird. Because like I could like physically feel myself like being pregnant, or like I would literally see pregnancy tests that were like positive. And there was one dream where I was like sitting next to my grandma, and I was like holding a baby. It was a boy, and he had like dark hair, and he was in like a little striped like a little sleeper. And my grandma kept asking me, she's like, is it a boy or a girl? Is it a boy or a girl? And I was like, no, his name's Gabriel. And we just kept going back and forth. Like she kept asking me if it's a boy or a girl, and I kept saying, no, his name's Gabriel. Wasn't really answering her question right, but I like woke up and I was like, huh.
No, you were not, you were sobbing.
I don't know if that was the same, like, it might have been, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was the same dream. She like woke up sobbing that it just felt so real, and she could like see him and like feel him.
And funny thing is, no offense to anybody who has the name Gabriel, because obviously my son has the name, but it was never like a name that I was like, oh, like that's on my list, or like I love that name. It's not a terrible name, but it was never like on my list, or never like would have been an option. But then I had that dream, and I was like, well, if we have a boy, I feel like there was obviously a reason that I had the dream of a boy named Gabriel. So Gabriel was always picked from like way before we even got married.
Yeah. I think that was honestly, I think it was like a year before we got married, or before we even got engaged, that she had that dream. And like 2 or 3 weeks after she had that dream, I had a very similar dream.
Saw like
the same baby and like everything. So it was pretty cool. And something
basically
else.
We were meant to have a boy, and his name was meant to be Gabriel.
Yeah, and another side note too to his name. So his middle name is Zamar, if y'all don't know that.
Oh, yeah,
and
Zamar.
so before we even knew we were pregnant, or before anything, we went to church, and they were talking about Hebrew words and like the definition of some. And Zamar came up, and it's a form of worship through a musical instrument, or I think it's like a stringed musical instrument. And as soon as he said that name, like every hair in my body stood up, and I looked over to her, and I was like, that's gonna be our baby's middle name.
Gabriel Zamar, and it like literally fits so good. It's so cute.
Yeah, like literally just from that
Gabriel
right there,
Zamar.
like God just knew what He was doing with that one.
Yeah, so we were supposed to have a little boy.
Yeah, like no doubt on that either. Like everybody at the gender reveal is like, oh, it might be a girl. I was like, no.
Okay,
no, it's like so
funny
positive.
thing to anybody who knows us like personally and watches this video, we actually knew what the baby was before the gender reveal, because we couldn't wait. We got our gender reveal results like when I was 13 weeks pregnant, and we didn't have the gender reveal until I was 17 weeks pregnant. So it was literally like almost a month exactly. And literally the day I got it, I came home and we opened it up, and so we had to keep it a secret. Like my parents would be like telling me girl name options and boy name options.
Like just in one ear and out the other.
And I would just kind of have to be like, oh yeah, that's a pretty girl name. Or like they would ask me like, so what do you think it is? Or they would be fighting in our group text like, oh, it's a boy, and then my grandma's like, no, it's a girl. And we were just sitting there like putting laughing faces because we like knew, but we couldn't be too like.
But I think even like prior to opening it too, like me personally, I was like set in
just based off the dreams. He was like, well, it's obviously a boy, but I still had that thing where it's like, well, I mean, there's still a 50-50 chance, but like we both knew, like obviously those dreams meant something. So yeah, how many kids do we want?
Realistically, I would like to have.
I would have
3. I'd have 3 to 4. Like 3 to 4. 10. Yeah, 10. I would easily lose my mind. I'm not driving a Sprinter, man.
If kids didn't cost a lot of money, and there was no such thing as like emotions or like losing your sanity, I would have so many kids. Like just like I don't know, just a bunch of like kids just running around, like all their different personalities. They all like look different but like similar at the same time. Would be so cool. Like, and obviously there are people out there that have like 10 kids, even more sometimes, but that's not for me. I say 4 is like the absolute most, but like we definitely like are going to try for 3.
Yes, 3 for sure. 4
is just like if it's meant to be and we're supposed to have 4.
I really want twins, so I don't know what I gotta set my easy bake oven to get twins, but I want to get twins. It runs in my family.
Twins is fun, but I don't think twin newborns would be fun at all. Once they can like talk and tell you what they need, twins would be fun. There's another question. Are we trying for baby number 2 yet?
Yeah, I think we're in a way, yes. I think for right now, I think it mostly just kind of gets boiled down to me. I think I'm just trying to like figure a few more things out, like career path wise, and kind of seeing like where the next steps are coming for my business, and then like kind of like the occasional, like maybe tonight we try it, or you know, maybe this happens. But definitely, I think it's definitely something that's going to be happening a lot sooner than later.
Yeah, we're
just
not.
because I'm pretty sure I speak for both of us. I think we want our kids to kind of be like the first two to be pretty close in age.
I want to have the first two close in age, and then they just like they can grow up like as like a little pair. And then once they get to a good age, we're like I won't have like 3 babies at once. Like I'll have like Gabe will probably be like maybe 5, and the other one, I guess I don't know, would probably be like 3 or 4. Like definitely both of them potty trained. Then we'd probably do like 3 and done, obviously unless a 4th one decided to come. But it would most likely be like 3 and done, so that way we have like 2 older ones that can kind of like group together and be their own thing. But they're also not so old that like they all 3 can't like interact. But yes. Did Gabe say mama or dada first?
I don't know what he said, man. That dude he is.
I feel like all babies
something.
say like dada first, but they really just say like dad. Like they get that like rhythm going where they say that, and then obviously they get to the point where they're like dada. Like they just say dada. So Gabe definitely said that form of words first.
I think I don't know if I told you this or not, but I think whenever he was like a little baby, ever since he was little, like she would always do like this little noise like a boo to him.
Oh yeah.
And like I swear, like anytime he would get hurt or anything, he'd be like a boo.
Like he would just like sigh and roll his lips.
And to me, I was like, well, he's pretty much like mimicking Addie, so I think that he's calling for Addie. So I don't know. I swear that's what that meant. But again,
he only says mama every once in a while when he's like crying or like upset. He'll be like and just goes walking around like that. But he has not like looked at one of us in like recognition and been like dada, you know. I'm still waiting for that day. How is not working pros and cons? And I guess this is like for me because you obviously work. Obviously con would be like you don't really get to leave. I mean, I get to leave the house, but like I'm not like set scheduled to like leave the house and like go somewhere every day, and not having like the extra money to like just do random things. Not that you should just be like freaking whatever, but like just it's a little bit more, I think, like leeway. Like if I had like kind of was making my own money where I could be like, if I wanted to go and get like some makeup today just randomly, like it wouldn't be like, obviously I'm not buying like expensive makeup, but you know, if I just needed those like random like not needs, or like they're needs but they're also like kind of wants at the same time.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I enjoyed working. I was a nanny. I just worked with kids. Like it wasn't like, it was just something obviously I enjoyed doing, so it wasn't like a hard job. But I think obviously a pro is I get to be home with my son all day. I get to be the one to like teach him, see all of his milestones. I get to like mold him on like, and I don't have to worry about like people trying to hurt him or not treating him right, or like not doing, I feel like as a parent, like you just kind of, you know, like even if your kid can't talk, you kind of just know like when they want something or their cry, like, oh, he's definitely tired or he's probably hungry. Like you kind of just know those things, and not having to like worry about if other people are able to tell those things or not. Like just knowing that like I know exactly what he needs, that, and I can get it for him or do it for him. And just, I don't know, just getting to snuggle on him, because like they're tiny and they just, I don't know, they don't know how to be on their own yet. So they feel most comfortable around a parent.
Yeah.
I think that was all the questions. Let me make sure. Yeah, that was all the questions. Those are pretty good questions.
Yeah.
I think that we covered pretty much everything about us and like kid related.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. I mean, we don't really know how to say see you later, kids, or dudes, or whatever, but.
Thank you guys. Oh, sorry.
Oh, wow.
Thank you guys for
Done
watching
3 years.
this video. We're gonna try to get it up pretty quickly. So I don't know exactly what day it will be when y'all are watching this, but today is Sunday. But if y'all want to see any more videos from us, just let us know in the comments what you want to see. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to our channel. You can also put the little bell on so you get notified every time we post. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching.
See you guys.
Bye.